What is up, everyone? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Ishaan and welcome to the video. So this week I'm supposed to start my job search for post-graduation, and if you all don't know, I'm a biochemistry major with the minor in astronomy, but where my research interests lie is using concepts from organic chemistry and physical chemistry and applying them in the world of astronomy to understand surface conditions and just understand how the simple molecules of life first came to arise on Earth and how they can come and arise in other places in our solar system and beyond. But with that background information said, after graduation, I'm really looking for a full-time job that's gonna give me that experience that I need to really narrow down my research interest and really understand what I want to do my PhD in the future. As I think about planning my job search and how I'm gonna go about it, I started reflecting on, how I ended up getting my past internships. And in high school, I basically just applied to the first thing that came to me, and I would just hope that I would get in, and most of the times I did. But when I got to college, I had this rude awakening, because after my freshman year of being at Wheaton, I applied to a lot of research internships and I got rejected from all of them. And that got me thinking of some of the failures and rejections that I've faced to even and overcome to get to where I am now. And in today's video, I kind of just want to open up about some of them, just tell you all about how I decided to move forward with them, and give you all a few tips on how to actually handle and deal with the pain, rejection, and failures that come. As I was saying, so usually in high school, I just applied to the first thing that came my way, and usually these were things like camp counselor and museum interns, and dope experiences nonetheless, and I'd end up getting in right away. But when I got to college, after my freshman year, I applied to a ton of research internships and I got rejected from all of them. I really took it to my heart for some time, because not only had I not been rejected from things before, I was also seeing my friends do some amazing research work. It really got to me for some time, but now that I'm looking back, I think there was a part of me that felt very entitled and felt that I needed to be handed out an internship. So here's my first tip, don't go in with any sort of expectations, and this may sound contradictory, but the more expectations or the more emphasis you put on one thing or one outcome, the more disappointed you'll be when that one little thing does not come out the way that you wanted it to be. I'm a strong believer that everything that happens is part of the journey, and even the rejections and failures are a big part of it, because they create a path for another opportunity to arise or another door to open. But if you don't look at failures and rejections in a similar way, then you're not going to be able to identify the opportunity that may arise. Back to the story. After letting it sit in my head for a while over the summer, I finally decided to take action and do something about it. I started to look back at the mistakes I was making during my process of looking at those research internships, and I wanted to put some resources together so I could help some of the students who might be in a similar situation as me and didn't have those kinds of things at their disposal. I mean, I've always had a thing to try my best to help people, and that's basically the fundamental basis of why I actually started my YouTube channel in the first place. So, I learned a lot of new knowledge and I learned a lot of new skills, and I wasn't just sitting around waiting for things to happen. And another story I have is from the following year, right before the summer of 2020, right when COVID hit, all the internships that I'd applied to either got canceled because of COVID, or some I just got rejected from again. So I was in a pretty similar situation as the previous year again, but this time my approach was a little bit different, and I ended up reaching out to some of my professors to see if they had any remote research projects or ideas. And here comes tip number 2. If you don't see an opportunity heading your way, you just gotta create one, man. You gotta just create something for yourself by taking those extra and necessary steps. I know I couldn't just sit around for the entire summer and do nothing, and I was continuously trying to make sure that I'm taking some sort of a step or some sort of an actionable thing that might actually end up putting me in a better position than I was in at the time. And I think that's the best mindset to have in any kind of situation, really. If you're going into an interview thinking if I don't get this, then I'm basically done for and I'm not gonna have anything else in hand, then you're basically setting yourself up for disappointment down the line. Whereas if you're just going with the mindset like, oh, if I get this, it's gonna be great, but if I don't get this, it's gonna be okay because I'm gonna continue to put in the work, then no matter what happens or what the outcome is in that situation, overall in your process, you're gonna get into a better position that you currently are because you're gonna be willing to put in the work for it. To wrap this up, just don't force yourselves to, get into that one thing or have that one outcome, or feel like if that doesn't happen, then that's it, because that's not the case. But instead, focus on just continuing to put in the work and trying to just create an opportunity if you feel like something's just not heading your way. Anyways, that is all I got for this video. If you made it this far into it, I just want to say I appreciate you so much, and be sure to leave a like if you got something out of the video. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications, because I release 2 new videos every single week, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.